Our reflection this morning is taken from Luke chapter 6, verses 39 to the end. Jesus has appointed from his followers 12 of them to be apostles. After he spends the night on the mountain in prayer, he returns to the lowland where the crowd is gathered. He stands among them and preaches what is known by some as the Sermon on the Plain. We enter at the point where he issues to those who want to be his true disciples, his followers, a warning. A warning that they are not to be judgmental of others. But Jesus does this in a fun way. He seems to use humour as he does so, during which he gives them 3 rapid-fire parables. The first about removing the log or speck from the eyes. The second about a tree and the quality of fruit that it bears. And the third about weak and firm foundations. When Jesus is teaching his followers here, I don't think he is doing so with a moralistic tone, but rather with an overriding concern of love, a non-judgmental attitude, and a life of integrity. In other words, he wants his followers to model their attitudes and behaviours on his. My dad was a brilliant role model. I can remember when I was young, he told me not to point at others, that it was rude. He said, if you are pointing at someone with your finger, remember you always have 3 fingers pointing back to yourself. And this is something I have never forgotten. What Jesus is doing, I think, in this parable is telling the disciples, don't point your finger at anyone. The chances are you are more likely to be as guilty, if not more guilty of something than they are. Unless you move the bigger log from your own eye, you're never going to be able to help others remove the tiny speck that is in theirs. It won't be remotely possible, and worse still, you might lead the other to fall into the pit with you. If we recognise we might have a log in our eye now and then, and we seek to remove that first, we will be able to see much more clearly. In clearing our eyes and opening our hearts, in modelling our attitudes and behaviour on Jesus, we have the chance to learn from him. We could not wish for a better teacher. He teaches us the best lessons in life, and that is a gift. The Gospels are full of wonderful examples of Jesus' love and care and compassion for others. And this is what we need just now. There are many examples of love, compassion, selflessness in our communities at this time. And we are invited, and many have taken up the invitation to join in where they can. We are a work in progress. And at least for me, to be able to accept that is comforting and reassuring. Jesus invites us to new life in him, to life which bears good fruit, a life in which we know we are loved, and a life in which we can share love among others and all whom we encounter. But we can do this by modelling our own life on the life of Jesus, by doing our best in following him and learning from him. He is the firm foundation on which to build our faith and to follow. This coming week from Thursday through to Pentecost, we have the opportunity to listen to what Jesus might be saying to us. An opportunity to share in prayer with others around the world through thy kingdom come. Why not join in?